Students, today we are going to start with a new topic, that is story writing of your writing section, which is given in your syllabus. Well, before starting how to write a story, let me tell you what is story writing. Story writing is an art that requires a lot of communication skills. First of all, it requires the art of narrating things in an interesting way. You will be given either the introductory lines or some hints given in the input or both. You have to develop the story basing it on the information given in the input or the introductory lines. You have to develop it on the same theme as intended by the introductory lines or by the input. But remember, you can't go against the stated theme. So here I am going to tell you some salient features of a good story. Firstly, basically developing and writing a good story needs the art of narration. You have to narrate the incidents in a sequential order leading to the final conclusion. Secondly, you should follow the basic theme as given by the input or by the introductory lines. You are not supposed to invent new and different themes. Thirdly, within the given limits, you are left with enough space where you can give expression to your creative talents. Lastly, the beginning and the concluding lines must support the main part of the events described in the story. Well, now let's move on to the format of a story writing. As we have already discussed that a story is a narration of a set of fictitious or imaginary event which is used to convey a moral message. Now usually we write story in past tense. You must remember it. Now moving on to the format of a story writing. What is the format? The first point is the title. You should give a suitable title based on the introductory lines or outlines given. Next comes body of the story. So in body of the story, what you have to do is that the story should be written in a single paragraph, or else you can make it in 2 paragraphs. Now next point is be imaginative. Yes, your story should be in a something different way, which should be related to some kind of social issues, or a story based on a movie which you have seen, or any incidents or events which you have experienced in your personal life. But remember, there should not be any character like superhero or ghost in the story, and it should be developed in a logical way. You should not go out of logic. Now the next point is follow sequence. Yes, the incidents which you will narrate in the story, that should be developed in a sequential order which should lead to the final conclusion. Now next comes the beginning part of the story, which is very much important. In the beginning part of the story, the action and plot have to be set up in the beginning part of the story, and the beginning part gives the background of the story, and that the plot means the incidents or events that should be built and developed in such a way that it arouses or catches attention of the reader. Now next point is middle part. Here comes the middle part of the story. In the middle part of the story, what you have to do is that the incidents or events which you have already set up in the beginning part of the story, that should be explained or elaborated in a detailed way, so that it can create or arouse some kind of curiosity or attention of readers. Now the last part is the end part of the story. So in end part of the story, there will be a climax of the story. That means the exciting point of the story should be there at the end of the story, and the story may be of happy ending or sad ending, and a moral message should be given there at the end of the story, and the story should be end in something unexpected manner Like, for example, you might have seen in a movie, in a suspense movie, that how the story ends in an unexpected manner. So that kind of climax should be there at the end of your story. So, dear students, this is how a story has to be written. If you really want to get good marks in your examinations, so you must follow all the points which we have discussed here. So here I am giving you one example of how to write a story. Some outlines and introductory notes are given here. On the basis of these introductory notes and outlines, a story has been developed by giving a suitable title. So you must surely read this story. And one more homework question is given here. Some introductory notes and outlines given in this question. So I'm sharing this with you all, and you please write it down and do the homework as well in your classwork notebooks. So this much for today. Thank you.